I'm going to talk to you about success mindset, because apparently if you have a success mindset, you're more likely to be successful. But what does success mindset actually mean? Hi, I'm Trevor Emden. Welcome to my Effortless Wise Marketing channel. If you haven't been here before, please take a moment before we dive into the subject to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell icon as well, and then that encourages me to make more videos and you get notified when I do. So, one of the key words in my channel title is effortless. The other one's wise, so I'm trying to be both. But effortlessness is crucial to me, because when we want to achieve something, our culture teaches us that the way to do that is through hard work and struggle and effort and trying hard and all of that kind of stuff. When we were at school, well, when I was at school, maybe your school was different. Teachers would actually write on our school reports, if they didn't think we were doing as well as we could, must try harder. And I remember getting that a few times on school reports, and I was 12, 13, but I remember thinking, what does he mean? I don't know how to try harder. Am I supposed to screw up my brow more, frown more, stare at the ceiling more? I don't know how to try harder. I thought I was trying my best in all of those subjects. I was probably not the most popular boy in the school, but I tried to be a good student. And I wasn't always. Not in terms of naughtiness, but in terms of achievement. And as I've got older, I've realized that the whole topic of trying and trying harder generally makes things worse. Now, sometimes, let's qualify that, sometimes things need physical effort. If you're, chopping wood, and maybe you're using a saw or an axe that's a bit blunt, or you're just not putting enough force or energy into the chopping, then yeah, I can see that you could, if you've got the capacity, try harder. But who knows how to think harder? What does that mean? If you've ever been involved in an organization's brainstorming session, I used to be in healthcare management for a while, and every so often there'd be like top level management kind of meeting, and they would say, we need to come up with some ideas about saving money on the budget. That was a popular one. Right? How can we cut corners without cutting the quality of the service, and so on, which was never really possible. And so everyone would kind of, scratch their heads, chew their pencils, pace the room sometimes. Somebody would be up there with a flip chart or a whiteboard and write up all the ideas, and nothing really would come of it. And then someone would say, I have to go to the bathroom. Or they'd leave the room, and they would then come back and they go, I've got a brilliant idea. Now, something had just occurred to them while they were in the toilet, when they weren't thinking about it. That's the point. Now, let's go back to success mindset. So, when you want to achieve something in your business, in your career, in your life, indeed, instead of going down the traditional road of let's make a plan, let's set goals, let's make it all happen. I'm not saying I'm anti-goals, although I do have some controversial views about them. And the main thing that I struggle with the concept of goals, the way they're generally taught, is that they set you up to fail. They set you up in a way that, let's reach for the stars. And then, okay, if you miss, you land on the moon, is what they say. Although I heard somebody say recently, well, there's actually no oxygen on the moon, so it's not a great place to land anyway. But it's setting you up for disappointment. Right? Now, it's a whole other teaching. I'm not going to go into it here today. But a whole other thing about, yes, set achievable targets. Because that makes you feel good. It's like, hey, I did that, I can do another one. If you put it in bite-sized chunks, then you're much more likely to get where you set out to go. But here's the other thing. As soon as we set ourselves, let's say, a direction or a destination, it's like setting the GPS or the sat-nav in your car. We say sat-nav because I live in Britain. If you set the coordinates for a place you've never been to before, the sat-nav takes a few seconds to process the route, and then all you have to do is drive the car and follow the directions, even though you won't recognize a single landmark. From you leave your home or your town and it's like, I don't know where I am now, I don't know these roads. And for 99% of the journey, you won't know where you're going. And then suddenly the sat-nav says, turn right here, your destination, and you see the little checkered flag that most of them put up, I think. I was like, oh, there's my friend's house, or whatever. Now, we don't have to know every turn of the way. We don't need to know that. Knowing how you're going to get somewhere isn't something that's actually our business. The sat-nav does that. And you say to me, well, that's all very fine, but that's in the car. What about when I want to get, make more profit or get more clients or pass an exam for my business? I don't have a sat-nav for that. And I say, I beg to differ. Yes, you do. But it's not in your thinking. It's in your not thinking. Now, I know that sounds a little weird, but hear me out. Because here's what we do. So let me give you what I think will be a very clear illustration of this. If I say to you, hey, I need you to think of a new idea for your business or for anything right now. Come up with a new idea. What would you do? How would you go about that? Because I think most of us would go, and we'd do that thing of looking at the ceiling, chewing our nails or a pencil or a pen, whatever, like we used to do at school. It doesn't make ideas come. We try to think harder. And the more you do think, all that happens is your brain becomes like a buzz with, I don't know, is that a good idea? Oh no, we've tried that before and it didn't work. And oh, I remember so-and-so said that we're not allowed to do that, it's against company policy, or whatever. And your brain just becomes this snowstorm, this buzzing place with arguments going back and forth and things that you dismiss, and that's not how to get ideas. How to get ideas is to literally or metaphorically go to the toilet. Not literally, perhaps. But that's where we generally stop thinking. Walking the dog, for us guys, shaving, or just having a shower for anybody, whatever. Right? When we're not thinking, putting the kettle on, making a cup of tea. Not thinking. Now you can do that on purpose. I have whole courses and programs, or I incorporate into my courses and programs. I actually teach people effortless thinking, because what happens when you tune out the buzz that's going on in your head is that ideas flow, new thoughts come in. We're connected to, I don't know what to call it, the bigger wisdom. I'm reluctant to give it another name because they're controversial. They can have spiritual or religious overtones that offend people or turn people off, and I don't want to do that. But I do like what the lovely Michael Neal once said when asked about whether he he believed in God or not. And he said, well, what I know for sure is I'm not running the show. And I'm not running the show. You're not running the show. I don't know how to grow my fingernails. I don't know how to turn acorns into oak trees. But those things happen, right? And we have ideas, but we have to learn that we're not designed to control everything with our intellect. The intellect is the driving of the car. So let's go back to that metaphor. So if you're in your car, you've set the sat-nav or the GPS to take you to coordinates that you've never been to before. Now you're driving, so the sat-nav says, turn left at the next junction. So now it's up to you to check the mirrors, change the gears, put the indicators on, and do the left turn. That's the equivalent of what your intellect is for. You follow the instructions. I recently did a talk on another channel about law of attraction, and one of the things I said in that talk was, it's not your job to tell the universe what to do. So people try to manifest stuff, and I'm visualizing, I want this thing delivered. No, the key is just have an idea of how you want things to be. You don't even need to make a picture of it, and then let the universe tell you how to get it. Listen to the inner wisdom. And that's where success mindset is. Success mindset comes from deciding the direction you want to be moving in, what it will look like when you get there. You can have that as well. But how you get there, that's down to the sat-nav. The GPS will take you. That's success mindset. Let go. Let it happen. Achievement happens by itself, not because you maneuvered and pushed and persuaded it around. That isn't how things work. So, if you find that helpful, and I know that this is a little controversial, a little outside of the box, but that's where I am in this field, then there is a link in the description below that you can get on a call, and we will look together at your at where you are in your business, how to take it forward, what it is that might be sabotaging your growth or slowing it down. Look at the viability of the ideas you've got, all of that. It's free. I don't bite that the offer is free. I will say it is limited because there's only one me. And so if you want to talk to me, you have to book a call, and book it now, because, and I don't know when you're watching this video, so if there's no slots available, too late. But click the link in the description, schedule a call. I don't do, pushy sales pitches either. If we end up having a conversation and we feel that we would like to work together, then of course we can discuss that as two grown-ups and make a plan for how that would look in a way that works for us both. But that's not the main focus of the call. Is to help you get to where you want to go effortlessly. So that's my talk on success mindset. We're coming up to 14 minutes, so I'm going to stop. I hope that's been helpful. Click the link. Let's get on a call. Let's talk. Thank you for watching. See you soon.